All right, guys, we got some breaking news coming out of Washington today. Usually, we're not all about showing all these UFO videos and stuff, and trying to determine, which ones are hoax or not, or we do a lot of different things here at G Rocks Entertainment. But when there's a breaking news story, a substantial, important disclosure, then we are here to bring you update information whenever that may occur. And today, that has occurred on this day, 9/9/2025. Okay. There was some kind of hearing in Washington, and we got some never before seen footage of a UFO. Now, what you're about to see, it's a little fuzzy. We'll go over it a couple times and make sure we all understand what's happening here. Now, one of the reports says that the video shows UFO getting hit by a Hellfire missile and continues flying unobstructed. Okay, that's one report. But if you look at this thing, now the missile is going in a straight line. And then here comes this thing and it just destroys the missile. And it just keeps flying around and stuff. So it's pretty wild. It's significant. It's a good video. And there's some testimony going on here. And we'll get into the meaning of what's going on with that too here. So let's watch the video. It's kind of hard to watch. I hope you can see it. Like I said, we're going to go over this right quick and make sure you understand exactly what you're seeing. Okay, so here we go. So now this is the missile, and I guess they had some kind of surveillance watching the missile. I guess I'm just taking a guess here. I'm not sure exactly what they were doing. If this was a test flight or something, which it might be. We'll get into that in a minute. But obviously they were recording this thing flying, right? And it's flying pretty straight, right? And then boom, you see that right there? Right there. Something hit that missile. Broke it right in half, right? Went right through it. I mean, you could see it plain as day. Okay? And then you see it curve off there at the bottom and keep flying. Now, like I said, this one report said the Hellfire missile hit the UFO. I don't think that happened. I think that UFO sliced that Hellfire missile right in half. That's what it looks like to me. We're going to take it back. Okay. Missile flying straight. Boom. This thing comes in there like a curveball and splits it in half and just keeps on going. Now, I'd have to research I didn't look up how fast a Hellfire missile flies. It's got to be pretty fast. And for something to just curve in there and hit it and just keep on flying like that, it's pretty wild, right? So yeah, there's the missile going down, all right? Okay, now this next part is, I guess, after the UFO destroyed the missile, it's still flying around, so the camera kind of zooms out and you can see it flying around and stuff. Still flying. This is when curving around flying and stuff. You can still see it traveling. See, look at the turns it's making. just back and forth.
Mr. Knapp,
Like what kind of technology is able to do that fast? It looked like some kind of ball or something, right? So where this is coming from is some of the aeronautical companies or whatever. What it turns out is that some of these companies, like these defense contractors, this is what is coming from defense contractors, Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman, two big contractors, U.S. contractors that do work on our defense and stuff. Anyways, it turns out that they've got footage like this of these UFOs messing with, missiles and different things like that. And they're just now getting some of this stuff out. I guess it's like a whistleblower. Or you got people testifying about these companies that have this stuff hidden and have had it hidden for many years, and actually have pieces of craft, materials that are not of this world. These companies are in possession of this stuff. So it's pretty wild. This is testimony from somebody that has to do with that stuff, But anyway, it's very interesting.
My name is Jeffrey Nusatelli. I'm a former military police officer with 16 years of active duty service in the U.S. Air Force. I'm here today because the American people have both the right and the responsibility to know the truth about unidentified aerial phenomenon. That truth remains hidden, classified and silenced by fear, retaliation, stigma, and confusion. Today, we are here to help break that silence. Between 2003 and 2005, 5 UAP incidents occurred at Vandenberg Air Force Base, home to the National Missile Defense Project, a top national security priority. At the time, we were conducting launches deemed by the National Reconnaissance Office as the most important in 25 years. These were historic launches. These facilities were vital, and they were repeatedly visited by UAP.
One name I do want to bring up in this session, though, is Robert Bigelow. So looking into the idea of crash retrievals and reverse engineering, while OSAP, that program, was active, the DIA's contractor, Robert Bigelow of Las Vegas, made a bold attempt to acquire physical proof of UFO crashes. It's been widely reported and suspected that Lockheed Martin is one of the contractors, the defense contractors, that has held this stuff, stored it away in secrecy, and tried to figure out how it works. I have confirmed on the record that Robert Bigelow and a trusted colleague from OSAP met with and negotiated with senior executives at Lockheed Martin and hammered out a deal wherein Bigelow's company, Bass, would receive a quantity of unusual material that had been stashed away and protected at a facility in California.
So what he said was that material is not from here. Okay, so they're saying that these UFOs are visiting these missile test sites and stuff. I guess they're making appearances in the sky or around whatever they're experimenting with or testing, and it's happened more than once over multiple years. And then this other guy's testifying that they have materials, are in possession and reverse engineering materials from some type of contact with some type of vehicle or something. Maybe something crashed or something like that. But so that's about it. Very significant event. Very interesting video. Watch it again and check it out. Like I said, this was released just today. Breaking news here from G-Rocks Entertainment. See you next time.